I believe in miracles. I believe that it is easier for us to believe in miracles when we are younger. All the things we are taught in school take the beauty out of life. As kids, we think it's plausible for the moon to follow us in our car, and then we go to school and have this belief ripped to shreds by our teachers. Yet, I still find it in myself to believe in miracles because, after all, aren't we all miracles? I cannot grasp the idea of someone walking around with eyes to see and a pancreas that releases insulin, that believes it happened simply because some proteins in the water were struck by lightning millions of years ago. Surely something or someone greater than anything we know has to be behind all of this. My religion has a lot to do with my belief in miracles. However, it has been fortified by an experience I had when I was around 9 years old. My mom had developed type 2 diabetes when I was 2 or 3. Luckily for her, she had married a doctor and was able to get a treatment. Since that had happened, her diabetes had been controlled by medications and she was able to go about her usual routine, which at first just included taking care of me and my sister. When I was 8, my parents split up and my mom decided we should move back to her hometown, Progreso, where all her family lived. She started working there to pay the bills my dad couldn't. After some time, her health started to deteriorate. My dad tried his hardest to help her. He really did, but it was hard because he lived in another city and couldn't travel that much because of his work. Other times, when one of us was sick, I was used to seeing my mom and dad working as a team. He would deliver the diagnosis and the medicines, and Mom would administer the latter. Now, I had to watch my mom lay in bed, looking pale with her chapped lips and a faint smile she used to keep us positive. Her voice was hoarse because her high blood sugar would dry her throat. After some days, I was starting to fear she would not get better. I thought she might get sick again like she had all those years ago. I started praying every night before I went to sleep, asking God to help her. To this day, my family is still thankful for a friend we made in church, shortly after having moved back to Progreso. She had become a good friend of my mom and looked after us when our aunts couldn't. She took it upon herself to take me and my sister to church. One day, she told me how she had heard a lot of people talk about how miraculous holy water was. The next time we went to church, I grabbed a water bottle from the kitchen and carefully filled it with water. I prayed that my mom could somehow get better while I held the bottle all through Mass. When I got home, I ran to my mom's room and placed the water bottle on her bedside table. That night, she took a sip of the water with her pills. I expected her to immediately get better. I thought her cheeks would get their color back and she'd be back to her usual self. It didn't happen like this. She started getting better gradually and slowly. To this day, I still believe the water I gave my mom when I was 9 is the reason why she's still healthy. I don't care what my biology teacher, my father, or anyone says. Every time my mom checks her blood sugar and she sighs in relief, I'm still that little girl who thinks a bottle of holy water can save her mom.